Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about, is Twitter still worth using? So from my experience, me using Twitter, I actually do open Twitter every single day. But here's the thing. I don't use Twitter to really engage with other people. That's the sad part, even though my Twitter following is probably the most legit following that I built up over time. It's the most organic, I should say. And I really only use Twitter at the moment. I use search.twitter.com to see how people are kind of searching for things or to find certain people. But more than anything, I really use it for news. So I have certain lists that I've curated, right? I follow venture capitalists, I follow founders, and then I follow SEOs, for example, right? So I'll read those every day, and then I'll basically go through the headlines and I'll save. Tweetbot has an integration with Pocket, which is what I use for reading news later. Believe it or not, that's still helpful from a marketing perspective because I'm saving headlines that I actually engage with, that I think are helpful. So that does influence how I create my headlines moving forward. And the other thing is the stuff that these people are sharing, these are really smart people that I've curated over time. So I'm getting the best unfiltered information because if these guys are sharing this information, chances are, they vetted it. And if anything, they feel like it's going to make them smarter for sharing it. So I do want to read it too. Sometimes there might be a little noise, but more than anything, once I've curated my list, once I'm following a certain set of people and it's not really noisy like the default Twitter, then it becomes that much more useful for me as an entrepreneur, I guess, to become, more well-informed and to write great headlines.
I wouldn't use Twitter. It's dead. Okay, I don't really have much to say, but I'll give you some stats on why. I have right now 233,000 followers on Twitter as we're recording this podcast. Take a guess how many visitors I had from Twitter over the last 30 days. Keep in mind, I'm pretty decent at marketing, as many of you guys would say. I tweet a lot. I have even someone who helps me out, schedules tweets, etc. I've tested doing them manually to see if that increases engagement, etc. But 233,000 followers and only 5,403 visitors. That's not too much traffic compared to how many followers I have. Now, Facebook. I have 640,000 likes on my fan page as we're recording this podcast. And last 30 days in Facebook, I've had a whopping 244,000 visitors from my fan page. Now, think of it this way. Twitter, I said, what was the numbers? Let me load up the Twitter tab. That's 233. So 233 divided by, let's see, 5,000 visitors divided by 233. So roughly 2% of my, and I know Twitter traffic's coming from other people tweeting, etc. But just if you look at just basic follower account, 233,000 followers, roughly 5,000 visitors. So out of however many followers you have, if you are really aggressive like me, roughly 2% of your followers will become visitors each month. All right, Facebook. 640,000 visitors or 640,000 fans. Visitor count is 244,000. So 38% of your Facebook fans will roughly turn into visitors. I know the math doesn't always work exactly like that. There's other things like other people could be sharing, tweeting, whatever it may be, liking. But if you're doing the basic math, 38% of your Facebook fans will become a visitor. 2% of your Twitter fans will become a visitor. What social network would you rather be on? You can be on both, but Twitter is pretty much a waste of time.
To give you some more statistics here, if we look at our podcast traffic, so both our Twitter accounts will tweet out new episodes that come out. So in the month of November, Neil's Twitter generated 253 visits, and my Twitter generated 3 visits. Okay, though keep in mind, Neil has about 225,000 followers?
Wait, I really generated 250 visitors from my Twitter account? That's it? That sucks.
Right, and then in December, it was even worse. It was 228. But hey, guess what? I doubled mine. I went from 3 to 6. So Twitter, if you're trying to generate traffic from it, probably not the best use of your time. But I will say, again, if you're trying to generate news, if you're trying to generate content ideas, Twitter is still relevant. I just don't know how much more relevant it's going to be, the next couple of years. The one thing I will say, though, for Twitter is they are trying to make they're trying to take a stab at the live game. They did buy Periscope for its live streaming. They just allowed the ability now, if you use Twitter native app, you can actually live stream from your Twitter app. So to Neil's 223,000 followers, Neil might even test it, or he might try a stream to, those people, because you don't need to be forced into a Periscope account anymore. So that might be, a saving grace, but I haven't heard anything about it, which means, not many people are talking about it. So the sad thing is Facebook's just crushing everyone right now with Instagram and Facebook Live. So I don't think there's much more to add around this other than the fact that, hey, we hope that Twitter can turn it around. But, if not, you probably want to look elsewhere. That's it for today's episode of Marketing School. We'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.